My name is Carla, I'm 24 years old, and I knew I liked women since I was 14. Well, okay, that's not true. I actually realized it 2 years before that, but I wasn't able to accept it. Telling others about it was the hardest thing for me. I would say I was raised in a pretty normal family, but what is normal? What's normal is different for different people. My parents are not from another century, but you can tell they would have preferred to have a daughter who got married to a man and give them grandchildren. That's a fact. The first girl I fell in love with was Susan, a blonde and tall girl from my class. I was new at school and she approached me to include me in her group. She was going out with the captain of the basketball team, and yeah, they were the typical perfect couple. I never dared to tell her anything about my feelings. 1 year later, after meeting her, I completely cut her off from my life since I couldn't endure she telling me about her crush for that guy or her getaway with this other guy, and so on. I repressed my feelings for years and even tried to go out with boys to see if I liked them, but I didn't. And then it all changed once I turned 18, when I left home to go to university in a different country. There, I looked for a shared apartment and I started to live with other 3 girls I didn't know. At first, I was feeling very lonely, far from home and far from all my friends. Fortunately, I adapted soon and became very good friends with Maria, one of my roommates. We soon started going out a lot, and without intending to, we fell in love. I don't know when she fell for me, but I fell for her since the very first day. One afternoon, while we were skating at the seafront, she asked me if I liked women. You can imagine my face. I almost fell backwards out of shock. But she was like that, spontaneous and determined. Her energy dragged me towards her, and I told her, yes, I do, and more specifically, I like you. And that's how the most beautiful love story you can imagine got started. I never thought I would believe in something like that, but being away from home, I basically created a parallel reality. A refuge where I could finally be me without repressing myself or worrying about what other people would think. I was going out with Maria for years without telling anybody, except my best friend. But the thing is that our relationship was getting more and more serious, and I needed to free myself and tell the truth. And thus, I made the decision of coming out of the closet, and the first ones to know had to be my parents, of course. I think I've never been more nervous in my life. When I opened the front door of my house after many months abroad, I didn't even think about how much I missed my family. I only thought about what I was going to tell them. My parents, my brother, and my grandma were waiting for me there. And as soon as I unpacked my bags, I gathered the family in the living room and I told them, I'm a lesbian and I have a girlfriend. I'm sorry if you can't accept it, but that's my reality. And I looked down. And you know how my parents reacted? Well, they burst out laughing. How was that possible? It had been so hard for me to tell the truth. But that's how it was. The only ones who had a serious expression were me and my grandma, who seemed to get a bit pale. I really felt like escaping out of there. And suddenly, my mother regained her composure and told me, Darling, you think we didn't know? You've been talking about your new girlfriend for months, and you always get defensive whenever we try to talk about you getting a boyfriend. I felt ridiculed, but also relieved at the same time. I milled my brain thinking about that moment for a long time, but I never imagined that their reaction would be like that. But I felt happy, like I was 5 kilos lighter all of a sudden. I could finally be myself with my family, and even Grandma wanted to meet Maria. I don't know if my case can help anybody, since not everyone lives in an accepting and understanding environment. However, if you're gay or lesbian or bisexual, who cares? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, and if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode!